Who is the subject of your next video?
You are.
Why?
It's what does a headband director do?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
You don't do anything?
No.
What do you think Mr. Day does for his job?
I think Mr. Day spends like the smallest amount of time planning something and then tells y'all to do it.
Oh, he tells all of us to do it.
Right.
Oh yeah, he just delegates it out.
Yeah, he's just like, y'all can handle this, right? And he gives it to y'all and you're like, yeah.
You know what? You're right. He just gives us all the work.
Yeah, that's what I think. Look at him looking at me.
Thank you. Thank you for your support, Luis.
Wow.
So Luis just said that all you do is just delegate your work out to us.
That's what a good leader does.
Hey everybody. If you know anything about Texas high school marching band, you know that they are massive operations. Many of the programs in the large areas can be over 200 or 300 people, and they can have budgets well in excess of $200,000. Here in our particular program, I'm extremely lucky to work with one of my best friends, Brandon. You guys have seen him in previous videos doing bits and cutting up with me and having a good time. But in all seriousness, the head band director at most Texas programs is more like a CEO of a major corporation than an actual teacher. In this video, I want Brandon to discuss what he actually does and what a head band director is responsible for. There's a ton of things that go on behind the scenes with the admin, with parents, with the middle school directors in our cluster that maybe you don't see on a regular day-to-day basis. If you're a future music educator, this might be enlightening so that way you can learn about all of the things that a director does that you don't see or that you won't learn about in music ed.
My name is Brandon Day, and I'm the director of bands at Burleson High School. Burleson High School is a 5A high school in the DFW area in Texas. We have about 160 kids in our program from 9th to 12th grade. So my job here at Burleson High School and in Burleson ISD is to be basically overall from all the Burleson High School cluster. So whether that's going to be Burleson High School or Hughes Middle School or even some duties that involves the STEAM Realm Middle School Band. That includes things like talking about finances, talking about private lesson programs, talking about how to utilize each other to help all the students from 6 to 12. We work together to make sure that we have a unified curriculum to make sure all students are benefited totally.
Of course, one of the main responsibilities of a head director is to lead the artistic direction of the program. Here in our particular program, Brandon does happen to run all of the main marching band full ensemble rehearsals. In addition, he also runs the wind ensemble and is responsible for going down to the middle schools and assisting with their ensembles.
We also move money through our booster program. Okay, they raise almost up to $100,000 a year to make things roll.
One of the parts about working in a Texas band staff is that you usually have to manage a staff of other teachers. In our case, there are multiple band directors and paraprofessionals that work with our program in addition to some of the private lesson staff that we have.
I'm lucky at Burleson High School to have 3 full-time band directors, including myself. I have a full-time percussion director and a full-time guard director. We all sat down pretty early in the process of me getting here to talk about job duties. For me, I take finances and design and things like that. They're kind of holistic ideas of the program. And then, I have other staff members that just take on, whether it be contest coordination, whether it be inventory and facility management. Those are things they're super passionate about, and I'm not gonna be the one that says, no, you can't do it, I'm the guy. My job is to make sure that I empower my staff to try to be as fulfilled as possible in their job.
As you can probably hear right now, the band hall is always busy and our schedules are always jam-packed. Now, even though our head band director doesn't always have a class every period of the day, that doesn't mean that his schedule isn't always full. A head band director's day is oftentimes filled with the admin work behind the scenes that none of us really ever see.
Like a normal math teacher can teach about 8 periods a day and has 1 conference period. I am in charge of 1 class period in the entire day. Every other class period is either me helping out another band or going down to the middle school or doing something administrative in the office. That 45 minutes I have with my band is literally the most precious time on the planet. That 45 minutes is the best time of your day because you get to spend that time with the kids that, it's the most magical part of the day. Yeah, we have other things going on, but that 45 minutes is just so amazing, and I wish my students knew how much that meant to me. That's what it means. As a director of bands, you can't be afraid to empower your students as well. I think a lot of head directors are alphas and want it to be their way or the highway. The moment that you start empowering your staff and your students to take over the program is when you'll actually see your program start to thrive. And I think that's one of the biggest things that's made our program grow so much in the past 3 years.
There are a ton of things about being a head band director that they don't teach you when you're getting your music ed degree. I hope this video sheds some light on some of the behind the scene things that a head band director has to go through on a day-to-day basis. Big thanks to Brandon for helping out with this video, offering his insight and expertise, and as always, thanks for watching.